P1M, known to NATO as the flanker. Giving this aircraft a maximum speed just in excess of Mach 2 at altitude. The West. Its first close look, all too close a look at one of these aircraft 30 years ago in September, the maritime reconnaissance aircraft over the Barents Sea managed to collide with it. They astounded spectators with their manoeuvrability, and Mark, you were certainly an interested observer at that time. Yeah, along with various officers from various air warfare centres from around NATO. Up to that point, all we'd seen were grainy black and white photos and with estimations of what the performance of the aircraft was, but turning sustained turning. Fly-by-wire controls. As far as its service in Ukraine was concerned, well, the Soviets had a single fighter interceptor regiment on Ukrainian soil flying Sukhoi Su-15 TMs as of 1991. It started a process of replacing those aging jets with Su-27, but hadn't completed it by the time the USSR broke up. Ukraine therefore took on. When the country became independent, they carried on serving in the same roles as in Soviet times. Most of the Ukrainian Su-27s are based at Mirgorod in central Ukraine with the 831st Guards Tactical Aviation Brigade. That's where this aircraft comes from. That unit, the main provider of air defence in Ukraine, but there's another smaller Su-27 squadron stationed at Osserna in the north. So it's quite an interesting shape of aircraft, and from different angles you see what it be like. It's a very capable aeroplane. aeroplane in its own right, and increasingly so. You can tell this one has been given updates by virtue of the pixelated or digital camouflage scheme that it's been given. The Ukrainian flag has had this applied when they go through general overhaul. Produced the modernised E1 and I'm finding it really difficult to estimate the speed and the energy level of this aircraft here. Probably something to do with the enormous size of it. I think it's a very, very capable combat aircraft because you just cannot work out what the pilot is thinking and how dangerous and whether they can find that. Minimum radius terms that they did earlier. The aircraft have been given a new satellite navigation system, new instrument landing system, new transponder to enable them to fly operations internationally under recognised international regulations, and it's given the aircraft an air-to-ground capability with 3 full bolts, sometimes rockets. Of that capability. The work is done locally at the Zaporozhye State Air Repair Plant. Ukraine has about 35 operational flankers at the moment in the air superiority role. They have a total inventory of 57. Platypus nose Su-34 strike jet and the much upgraded Su-35 single-seater, a number of those can be equipped with thrust vectoring, rather as we saw on the F-22 earlier, to enhance their manoeuvrability still further. This aircraft has been displayed for us today by Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Oksanchenko. He's been the flanker display pilot for Ukraine since 2011. Touching down with that big dorsal air brake extenders. Magnificent to see a thunderous display by this aeroplane back at the Royal International Air Tattoo from the 831st Guard Tactical Aviation Brigade of the Ukrainian Air Force, the Sukhoi Su-27 T-1. and spectators with their manoeuvrability. This aircraft can fly by wire control. First time in a production fighter in the Soviet Union. This one is from the 831st Guards Tactical Aviation Brigade of the Ukrainian Air Force stationed at Fairford. The Soviets have a single fighter interceptor regiment on Ukrainian soil flying the Sukhoi Su-50TM. As of 1991, that unit had started to replace that process upon the end of the breakup of the USSR. The Ukrainian Air Force took on 67 flankers upon independence, and they continued serving in the same roles as they had in Soviet times. Most of the Ukrainian Su-27s are based at Fairford in central Ukraine, where this aircraft comes from, and are the main providers of Ukrainian air defense. This one has recently been upgraded when they given a generator, the Su-27P1M variant, and a satellite navigation system, new instrument landing system, a transponder allowing international ops under the regulations of ICAO, the International Civil Aviation Organization, and it reportedly provides an air-to-ground capability too. The work's being done locally at the Zaporozhye State Air Repair Plant.
Yeah, it was something we certainly never phantomed that was going to make our life water if we ever came head-to-head with it. I'd been on the front line for 2 years when it first appeared at Paris, and up to that point we'd had to make do with grainy black and white photos and aircraft recognition posters to try and familiarise us with it. But certainly when it appeared at Paris, there were a lot of people there with stopwatches timing its 360-degree turns to work out actually what its rate of turn was, and it didn't disappoint. Another great slow-speed flypast by this huge, great aircraft, and most of it was probably to the left of the ground.